Am I the a-hole for responding tersely to sister-in-law's rebuke of my daughter over email? Sunday evening, me 46F, husband 46M and daughter 7F were invited to visit my husband's sister for dinner. She put out a spread of delicious food for adults, but our child rejected most of it. Curried fish, eggplant salad, quinoa salad, etc. A child wolfed down multiple pieces of a very crumbly bread loaf from a bakery. The child knew that she was spilling some crumbs onto the floor beneath the dining room table but didn't think much about it. We parents were in group conversation and did not notice. Admittedly, we could have and should have checked the floor afterward, noticed, and cleaned it up. We thanked her and hugged goodbyes and left at 7. At 11 p.m., we get an email from her informing us that she discovered that, in her assumption, our daughter swept lots of breadcrumbs from her chair down onto the floor, and that this is extremely unacceptable behavior and that sister-in-law had to vacuum it up. Sister-in-law would have told our child to vacuum it if sister-in-law had seen it. Sister-in-law says this is not the first time she has observed our child leaving garbage on the floor without cleaning it up. This is completely unacceptable, in my home at least. Moreover, sister-in-law wants to address this directly with our child in addition to telling us we need to correct this bad behavior. It was 3 paragraphs of histrionics over this, and no small amount of shaming us as parents. We spoke with 7-year-old, who said she ate a lot of bread and knew it was making crumbs, but she didn't sweep them onto the floor, they just happened while eating. We spoke gently about being a considerate guest. No big deal. I, however, was quite shocked and offended by the intensity of judgment and shaming in sister-in-law's email to us. I waited 24 hours then simply wrote, "Apologies." We spoke with her. Thank you. Now my husband is saying I went nuclear with my response and sister-in-law is angry about it. It is true that that reply has a completely different tone and terseness than my normal communication style. And the terseness was intentional. But why am I now the villain when, if anybody went nuclear here, it was sister-in-law who flipped out over finding a bunch of breadcrumbs on the floor under where a 7-year-old child sat at her table? My husband thinks I should have added more warmth or an explanation, but frankly, I felt anything beyond a concise apology would validate her overreaction. It was a small mess, not a character flaw. I'm still baffled at how crumbs turned into a moral failing and parental indictment. So am I the a-hole for not giving a longer apology to my sister-in-law over my daughter's crumbs?
Here are the top comments.
She wanted to summon a 7-year-old for a lecture on breadcrumbs and your reply is nuclear? Your husband needs to get his priorities straight. And I would keep an eye on her next time she's around your child and would absolutely not allow this addressing she is so eager for. Not the a-hole.
Not the a-hole, though it sounds like you also have a husband problem along with a sister-in-law problem, who doesn't have a single child-friendly food other than an entire bread loaf that couldn't even be cut up for her.